So let's do something a little Christmassy. So we're getting close. Now, this is a cereal.
I love this story.
I miss this. I feel like this is a type of story that's been going in and out of fashion. And it's like, we had the Somerset Gimp. People got mad about the Somerset Gimp because obviously he was kind of touching himself sexually in a public space. People got mad.
He makes people uncomfortable. It's against the law. We get it.
There's also remember the clown guys.
Yeah, the clown guys was a big.
I miss those guys.
That was 2012,
2016,
2014.
Yeah, sorry, because it was before the election.
Right? Yeah. It was back when things were still fun and fancy free.
Yeah, and they're not anymore.
Nope.
And I remember that, but the idea of things just hovering.
Yeah.
People don't look at that movie. It follows the entire movie. Just a naked old person standing over there.
But it's terrifying.
I know.
And it's a fantastic movie.
But is it just because we're scared of old people? It's just because we look at that old person and we'll go, ew. Because the scariest thing in that was when the big guy comes in the door.
Oh, yeah.
In that jump scare.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, to that point, wasn't the whole point of that M. Night Shyamalan movie, was it called Home? Parents,
The Visit.
The Visit, yeah, where they get the diaper full of shit in their face.
That was awesome.
That was all about the fear of old people.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
And I am. But this is more about the thin skin.
Yeah.
You talked about this, but this is more about things hovering. People don't like when things hover, but I like it because also sometimes it's just Christmas. Do they even know it's Christmas time? Sometimes you don't know unless a gingerbread man is just hovering in front of your home without leaving. And so this is happening in Arlington. So now we know we've got a lot of shit's been going on in Arlington because
Arlington, Virginia, not Arlington, Texas.
Oh yes. There was a house explosion with the guy who did all the crazy LinkedIns and all the good lost his mind, that shit. But now it looks like they're getting invaded by one lost gingerbread man. Now, if you see this, there's been video. This is from people's Ring cameras. Now, this is how the WUSA 9 puts it.
Woosa.
Imagine sitting down for dinner with your family and you get a Ring notification. You check the camera, but it's not a delivery person or a neighbor. It's the gingerbread man. Like it's the scariest thing you've ever seen.
No, they specifically use the article A.
See, I just watched The Ginger Dead Man with Gary Busey. Not a good film. It was on Joe Bob's Christmas celebration. It was fucking awesome on Shudder. But look at this. So now people watch this video. People were saying they were just enjoying their lives. Living on, they were on North George Mason Drive. This is Wednesday of this week, and this guy, according to the witness, my wife said, "Hey, listen, this guy. He didn't ring the doorbell." And he's just standing there. And he's in his gingerbread man costume. And I'm like, gingerbread what? Said the neighbor. Because he said, what? And he said, it's still out there. And so we look. I'm showed this video. So it's just a man in a gingerbread man costume. He's
so
just walking
sad
up and down the street. So the man, all right. So the man was just hovering. It was just gingerbread man. Part of me isn't that scary by him because he didn't have gloves on. Because if he had gloves on, I would find it scary.
Well, I think he's holding something. I think he still needs to have, because when you have gloves, you can't fuck with your phone.
You can't. No, yeah. Exactly.
I honestly think what it was is I think he was supposed to go to somebody's house. And he was sitting at the front door. And he realized that he's at the wrong house.
Oh, yeah,
and he stands there for a while trying to figure out
where he's got to go.
Where he's got to go. Is this the right house?
Because look, he's got a phone in his hand.
Yeah, he's got a phone in his hands.
Well,
and
these people called the police on this. And guess what he did? Is that he did try to open the door. He had to walk up the door and he tried to open it. And they were like, what the hell do you think you're doing?
He pushed on the door.
He pushed on the door and they woke up. They're like trying to think you're doing. And the gingerbread man didn't just mysteriously stand there. He did just say, oh, I thought this was my friend's house. But they still called the police on him because he was he didn't belong there.
Well, he looks like the way he's walking away, that he fucked up something. He was supposed to show up somewhere at a certain time.
Where am I? I'm being paid to be a gingerbread man to, I guess, get run train upon.
I went to Washington Avenue. I was supposed to go to Washington Street.
He does look sad. The walk away is like, because you know what it is? Is that like, I'm a gingerbread man. Yeah. I thought they would be filled with joy upon seeing me.
No, not.
But no, I just
fear.
created fear everywhere I went.
Yeah.
Just being a gingerbread man.
And the push on the door, I think, is innocent enough because it'd be another thing if they were inside and they heard like,
oh yeah,
like him trying,
or let me in, let me in, you've been naughty. I've heard people been naughty in here.
Or if he was trying that, like jiggling the door handle or something, like that's terrifying.
Yes,
but like just lightly pushing on the door, seeing if it'll open, knowing that there's supposed to be some sort of party noise going on and hearing nothing. He knew that he fucked up because that's the walk of a man who's gonna have who fucked up.
I told them everybody I wasn't gonna fuck up this year at Christmas. I know I was supposed to be the gingerbread man of the gingerbread fuck party. I knew I was supposed to be there, the center of it.
Yeah,
yeah, because apparently the gingerbread concept. That's yours.
Oh, sorry.
God, I wish it was just a bunch of hardcore pornography. But apparently, gingerbread also has got a weird sort of like the gingerbread man has a weird history where it was supposed to be. It was done in the old days from Queen Elizabeth I, where she used to have mock cookies made up of the men and women of her courtier, and then if she didn't like them, she'd like bite them, and they all go like. And like, because I guess that's I don't know if that's completely it, but it does seem. Something like that.
As long as the gingerbread has a nice snap. You need it if you has the nice snap.
It needs a snap. Yes.
But if it's a bit chewy, unfortunately, it doesn't have that snap that you want.
I even hate gingerbread. Even more remarkable than not being bread, gingerbread doesn't even have to have ginger. Fuck you. What is this? How long is this recipe? Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah.
It's like the whole thing. It's got this whole thing, a wall of dialogue, and then like gingerbread, bake for 20 minutes. It's like, what is this shit?
As long as I don't have to watch Mary Berry shove a piece of gingerbread into her mouth like it's the Millennium Falcon entering the Death Star, I'm fine.
It would look like Luke entering the Sarlacc.
No, that happened fast. The Millennium, because it was always like a slow thing, like yeah.
Well,
and Prue's mouth ain't looking all that great either.
No, she's starting to look like a fucking a skeleton shark as well. But this gingerbread man is free so far because we haven't caught him. He's anonymous.
Yeah, of course he didn't commit a crime.
I hope we track this gingerbread man down, and I hope as a neighborhood they beat him.
They beat him to death.
In a public square. How dare he try to be a gingerbread man without a license?
Yeah.
Because also that's, I think, we got to start talking about. We talked about the Grinches last week.
Yeah.
We might need some Christmas licenses.
I'm so glad I didn't go for a Grinch at the party last week.
I am extremely happy you did not.
Yeah, because we had a wonderful time. And
yeah,
can you
but
imagine,
if that guy just was there.
Can you imagine what would it like in that wonderful time we were having if a Grinch, a man, some actor showed up for 15 minutes?
Hey, again, job creators.
Yeah.
We could have been job creators, and we could have sat with that man in his stinky Grinch costume for several uncomfortable hours. But at least we would have experienced something.
Yeah,
we would have seen something.
Yes, we would have experienced something, and that something would have been an uncomfortable night with an out-of-work actor in a Grinch costume.
That's my favorite time. I'm an out-of-work actor. That's what I would say to him.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not working either. He would love that. God, he'd love it.
He'd love it.
All right, let's get into, we have a bunch of other fucking stories. All right, this one isn't good. This is just fun. We can keep this to being, we'll do this. This is a fun one. I'm fine with my penis. And I think that our audience, if you look deep down inside of yourself, I think you should also try to find a way to be fine with your penis, no matter what it is.
No, we have to accept our penises.
Because also being too big is bad too.
Yeah, that is true. But we have to be fine with our penises. We have to accept it.
Because you know what happens sometimes if you want to do something drastic to your penis, it's going to get you in a lot of trouble. And you're not going to there's no coming back.
But sometimes it gets you out of jail.
You never know for a short period of time. Now, this is in sweet, sweet, peaceful Thailand. Now, this man managed to break out of jail. His name is, I'm going to try to pronounce it, Thanafat Moyad. He's 37 years old. He was submitted to the Banglamung Hospital, where apparently his genitals had gotten extremely enlarged due to prison penis enlargement injections.
Infected enlargement injections.
This is my thing, is that if I'm getting my penis enlarged, number one, at least 2 different recommendations.
Oh, yeah, you got to compare prices.
I'm going to have a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I'm going to see a couple of guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to see some penises.
Yeah.
first that have been done.
Give me some before and afters. And I
don't want to meet the guy. I want to meet the guy after.
No, I want a guy holding up a newspaper in both photos so I know it's the same guy and I know that time has passed.
Yes, because a lot of times I have heard that if you do get a penis enlargement procedure, it destroys your dick anyway.